Look, I'm gonna say this to everybody that wanna know what's going on. To everybody that wants to still be naive to this system, like they really don't know what's going on right now. There's a lot of evil forces coming together. That's the fallen angel. Just like the Most High Yah is getting every last one of his people prepared, that's the same thing what they're doing, preparing, because they know that this time has came. The time is here now because time is up. So when you get to the point in your life to where you can feel yourself waking up, you can feel yourself coming to the light of things that had you in darkness, that had you believing this the whole time. Everything that you've learned, were taught, seen, researched, from when you very first started researching or getting curious to right now, throw it out the window. Doesn't make any sense. That's leading to your own understanding. And he said, do not do that whatsoever. The time has come for everybody to put down what you're doing. See, they want you to be like these heathens because these heathens are panicking. So they want you to panic. They want you to follow the footsteps of your forefathers. What happened to your forefathers? Because what they got punished about, what they got cursed with, is exactly what we're going through right now. The other half is what you're creating. Because you want to be like the next. Even if you see how my daughters of Zion, the queens, when you see how these other nations, hair is long, beautiful, silky, you want to copy that same thing instead of being proud of what you have on your head. A lot of people need to wake up for a lot of things. Man, the reason that you're doing things and there's other niggas around you that don't do that same thing, one of you has the bloodline of Abel, which is Yeshua's father, and the other has the bloodline of Lucifer, which is Cain's father. And vice versa. So there's going to be ones, even parents, great-great-grandparents, one of them, the male or the female, is of the Most High, and the other one is. That's why you keep having hell in your relationships. That's why you keep having hell on the job. Can't hold a place. If you're at the time right now in your life and you're living with family, you're living in hotels, paycheck to paycheck, or you don't have a job, or your job is making money another way. It's a big possibility, or you're homeless. It's a big possibility you're a child of the Most High. And they say, well, they got white people that's homeless. I know, they place them out there. They have all the money. They're just showing you how they're going to be acting, how they're going to be. So they pull other nations out there with them on the streets, living on the streets, because they have to keep up with you. They have to know where you are at. So they have to send people to you. If you get out of their area, out of their view, then they're going to wind up sending somebody that's close by, a good candidate that can keep up with you. But so that they can continue to stalk you, to watch you, they have to tell a lie. They have to fabricate a story good enough that would sound good to their ears, where they will ask you Well, just what exactly did they do? And they know if they come up with anything, no matter what it is, then they're gonna follow you. They lie on us saying that we're crazy, rapists, hearing voices. Tell is that already in their self. If they say that we're crazy, they keep telling y'all that we're crazy. We hearing voices. We talking to ourselves. One, you might wonder who we're talking to and what's being discussed. Because if that person is hearing voices, if that person is crazy, that person is thrilled, that person is insane, don't know what they're talking about, delusional, an outcast, and then they say, well, so bad with them. See, there's going to be family members that's going to turn against you in these times, people. Zion, they're going to turn against you because they know who you are. They know that you're not like them. Why do you think people get jealous so much? Because that's basically like saying, okay, well, you have a golden ticket. So I know that your walk of life and everything is perfect. It's pure. You're just going through things in life because people are creating situations. Street theater is what it's called. And these gang stalkers, these perps, they have handlers. They're telling them to work for, and if you don't work for us, well, before he comes back, you're not going to be able to do anything unless you work for us, unless you serve us. That's accept our traditions, keep our holidays. Let us train your kids our way. Now, how is it that they run the schools and everything? They're in charge of everything. They know how to do everything to where since day one, the only thing that they knew how to do was slave trade. But you seen a nation of people that was strong, that was mighty. And some of the angels, the chosen ones, they say, where did they come from? In history, they say that a third of the angels, like 200 or whatever, were cast down to the earth because they seen the other angels that got cast down with Satan himself. They were having fun, so they wanted to get in line too. That's how the world started populating. But it all started, they say that Adam and Eve were the fall of mankind. Well, how was that when that wasn't even Adam's first wife? It was Lilith. So there's a female right now walking around this earth that's been here since day one, when she was cast out of the garden. See, in the clouds, they say that's where heaven is. But he said he's going to new heaven and a new earth. Heaven is the promised land, paradise. That's exactly what Jerusalem, that's why he said the new Jerusalem will come down from the clouds. He's going to send it down. A lot of you will say, but still, you have a golden ticket. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We do. We're not saved like you. We know where we going. We know what we did. We know what we were taught. this hope, what you saying, like, I'm looking at some of the stuff that you do. I'm looking at the some of the stuff that I heard about you and everything. I'm looking at some of the whatever, the things that I'm hearing, the lies, the rumors, the slandering of your name. Listening to all that, and I mean, what you saying, you sound like you the one, but we done heard it before. I know you heard it before, because there's people that is gonna go out there that's gonna spread lies. Everywhere there's an angel, there's a fallen angel right there. Cause see, the first ones, they were punished. That's why they got kicked out of heaven, out of the kingdom. They couldn't inherit the kingdom no more because they chose to fight against Satan. They wanted to be the other ones that came down after. Those are the ones that's roaming the earth right now. Everything that's happening overseas, outside of the United States, that is the Most High doing. This wall that's being built is the same wall that was built, that they built around Jerusalem before they invaded it. That's why they needed Trump there. But the favor is about to be returned, because Babylon is not overseas. It's not in Egypt or anything. Babylon is the United States. See, everything that happened to his children, the whole bloodline, and it's still going on today, the favor will be returned, and you will be in prison with your father. But is Lucifer? Where is his spirit at? His spirit is in the United States. Because my Abba Yah has already destroyed everything and everyone else overseas. That's why they was doing all of this dying. See, everywhere they sent troops, that's where they know judgment is about to come to. So they send them over there and they say, hey, you can either run with us and we'll protect you. See, they have an army. They have a mission. And there's a lot of these in the military. They're not allowed to tell you what they're really doing. They just make it sound good. Make it look good with the money and all. And then with these colleges, look at the majority of the teachers and all. What color are they? They're white. Now, how did y'all get so much knowledge to where you're running banks, running schools and all that? Where did that knowledge come from? That knowledge came from the fallen angels, because everything of the Most High, even the demons, are of him. So that's where they all came from. There's just some that lost their light. But the angels, they was of a dark descent because of where they were sent. But of the Most High, they all had like pale skin, like albinos. See, the albinos are the pure bloodline. That's why everyone that's an albino, it starts with him, the Most High. And then it goes to Adam. Adam was of a dark descent, a brown descent. Those are his kids. The Most High's kids, that's Noah's bloodline. But with you, and you have to scramble them up, but catch and listen to everything that I say. Some of these people that's on here trying to put out the actual word, you have to ask for the spirit of discernment and then ask for the Ruah. See, y'all study, focus on that word, Holy Spirit. There's a lot of Holy Spirit, so you would have to be specific. You're not being specific with yourself in everything. These are their words that they taught us, so they mean something different from the Hebrew language. Just like when he said that two would be in the field grinding, one would be taken, one would be left behind. To them, the word left behind, that means something that's forgot about, that you done took your hands off of, you done let go. And taken mean that he's going to take you up to heaven. You see how they whitewash that? Language, it means something totally different. And what it means is this. Two would be grinding in the field. One would be killed and the other one would be raptured. See, left behind mean that he's going to destroy the fallen ones first. Those are the ones that are taken. Their lives are taken. And see, even when you get something like this to where you would have the neighbors, when they send signals and codes to the other people, the one that's listening in, they would do all kind of use their kids as a distraction. They would use their animals as a distraction, and they would create a situation to cause those animals. They use his creatures. That's why they keep cloning them and running tests on them and everything, because they want to get them to him. They know the word also because it was in them. He created them. But every one of them that's smiling in your face want your bloodline. They want you to have mixed kids. Oh, mixed kids are so beautiful. The only reason is be telling you that's the same thing happened to them. Now, if you have the pure bloodline of the Most High, every one of our kids, no matter how many women we be with, no matter how many men that we be with, it doesn't matter. They all come out looking our complexion. Maybe. See, there's a lot of white people that's walking around that think that they're white, but they're really not white. You're just lacking melanin. The pure bloodline, the pure white race, yeah. It was a duplicate of everything the Most High created. Lucifer tried to duplicate, to trick people, to deceive them. Because see, the Most High bloodline, the angels, they all had blonde hair. They called it blonde. We called it white like snow. And they had red eyes like fire. His bloodline, his albinos had red hair, had blonde hair and red eyes. So how did Satan duplicate it? He wanted blonde hair and blue eyes. So there's people in your family that has blue eyes. If you call yourself white and you have blue eyes, you are the bloodline of Lucifer. See, they had pale skin, the angels. They had pale skin like they was white. So when they came across Esau and Edom, which means red, that's why a lot of white people like red meat. And you got some of them that like their meat well done. Those are the ones that are of the Most High, and they're not really white. The only pure white race has blonde hair and blue eyes. So everyone that has blonde hair and blue eyes will be destroyed. The other ones, they will be punished just for not knowing the truth, for leaning not unto their own understanding. That's why they get punished, but it's not as severe as the one with blonde hairs. Those are the actual targets, because they want to pull as many people down as they can, like a gang. Make them feel like everywhere you go, our people is there. Just give them the words, give them the signals, and they'll know what's up, because nobody knows. That was the method of the fallen angels, what they came up with. We're going to get as many people connected. See, that's why you see all these people that's coming up, these white people that's inventing stuff in everything, countries, nations and everything that's creating it, inventing stuff, and they selling it over here. It's just like slavery. It all came from somebody black. They just look like they white. They came from the Caucasus Mountains. That's where the word Caucasian came from. You have some white people that are for gays, the LGBT community, and you have some that are not. You have some Mexicans that are about that LGBTQ, and there's some that are not, that talk other people out of it. The ones that are in their own nation that don't do what most do, those are the bloodline of the Most High. Those are the ones who, no matter what you try to do, your tricks does not work on us. When we tell you it doesn't work, it doesn't work. To where you make it seem like it is working, or you can do something, you get and get them to create a scene that's like a movie. Your life is like a movie. You just put the parental guidance on it. So they taught a lot of these heathens a lot of things. They taught them a whole lot of things. That's why they're so good at building houses and all. Why? Because it's in their blood. Working on cars, working on the white man cars, building their houses for them. And then when they got tired, they seen the Hebrew Israelites. So they put us into slavery, work for them, while they actually sit back and reap the benefits, just like today. They sit back because the white man told them, just sit back and we're going to put you in the middle with them as a minority. But the ones that slip thing that they want from you, you done held they house in your name long enough to build credit. When they send you back to where you came from when you're deported, yeah, we don't need you no more. You've ran this business long enough. You've got all your little essays over here and everything. But now it's time to go home. Why? Because Yeshua has woken up. And when he wakes up, he knows your bloodline. He knows the ones that did it to him in the first place, that made him lose his mind, that basically put him to sleep. See, you can be like the Walking Dead, someone that's asleep. The zombie apocalypse. Those are the fallen angels. Those are beings that don't have no soul whatsoever. There's no soul, no function in a zombie. But the best way to kill them is in the head. Now, when you're buried, there's no more organs in your body. They have to refurbish them. They have to recycle them. So if there's no more organs in your body, how is this zombie coming out of the grave? And the only way you can kill him is you have to shoot him in his head, in his fucking brain. How are you shooting him in his fucking brain when there's no organs? Use your head. That's why zombies are dummies. They telling you that you're dummies. Everyone that's following the path of this Walking Dead, that's what you're gonna be like. That's what he was telling y'all. See, they done already pulled you into a whole lot of things that you didn't know what it was really about. It was actually their curse. Everything that they were cursed with. Dang. See, the blondes, the reason they say that the blondes do it better and the blondes run the world, because it's the blondes had with blue eyes. That's why. That's the bloodline of Satan. Those are his children. Those are his. They just mix with you. That's why you got brothers and sisters that will fight each other. That's why you have brothers and sisters that wind up incesting, because they know that they're not really related like talking about. That's the same thing happened with Kajur. He knew that she was of a different bloodline, so he didn't see a reason that he shouldn't be married. So he married his own sister and they bore children. Those are the ones that are incesting. But you will have a dabble of the Most High in you because the mother of the father was of him. This is how life is. That's why you have baby mamas and baby daddies, ones that just can't get with the picture and act like they really didn't want to have no family or anything or whatever. Like, she wanted her kids up for adoption. When you give your kids adoption, put them in the system, you're not doing nothing but just pimping them out. You're prostituting your kids out. When you getting funds from the government, that's like saying, hey, your child is a bloodline of one of the chosen ones. What we gonna do about this? See, back in the slave day, now you giving them up to the system, leaving them in jail and listening to them threaten your life. Why? Because you've lost hope, you've lost faith, and belief all the way in the Most High and his son, Yah. So every bit of this that is going on, do you really, really think that the Most High, everything that you've done, because some of you feel, well, I feel like I done did long enough to where if I don't make it into heaven, then I tried. That's all I can say is I tried. Those are the ones that are gonna go to hell. And for eternity. So when it gets to the point to where everything that's going on around you, and then look at some of you, when you find out you're one of the Hebrew Israelites with the curses, because you're black, if you do look white, and you do not have a perfect hairline, you do not have a full head of hair, because of baldness. If you suffer from baldness, you're the bloodline of the Most High. I'm gonna just let you know that now. If there's family members in your family that has a whole head full of hair that's like extremely hairy, and the other ones you have nappy hair, or your hair keep falling out, or it take too long to grow out the way you don't want to do nothing with it, you just tired of combing it and brushing it every day, you're of the Most High. That's why. That whole head full of hair, that came all the way from Satan. He was cursed in many ways. Lucifer was. The Baphomet, the goat, full of hair. That's what they call him, the goat. Everyone that's putting it on their social media name, the goat, the celebrities, the entertainers, the GOAT, that's the bloodline of Satan. They telling you, we're here. But if you know who you are, and you wearing all of these Barbie doll accessories, calling yourself the Black Barbie, if the blondes are the ones that are so-called dumb blondes, the most jokes made off of the blondes, how dumb they are, then why would you of any nation want to be like them? Every nation does it, but they've been doing it since day one. When the Europeans invaded. In Mexico and all that. Christopher Columbus, a European. when they sold him into slavery. Then they turned around and told him, if you want to get out of slavery, then you got to have them doing the work. That's why you see a whole lot of Spanish races wanting to do all kind of work, bowing down to the white man, but the blacks won't. You ain't got no job, then you ain't supposed to be having one right now. He's going to send help to you. Whatever you need, he's going to provide it to you from now on until this is over. So stop trying to bust your ass trying to go find a job and everything. They're not going to give it to you right now. They don't want you on their property no more, because they know you've waken up. It's just something about you, like how you're working. You're working too. Everything is like too perfect. But I appreciate you telling me how to run my company from now on. So behind everything, it's not a white man. It's a black man's word either way it go. Because that white man probably really isn't white. He's just lacking melanin. He doesn't have blonde hair and blue eyes. Somebody that has blonde hair and blue eyes is over him. They run everything. Because those are the fallen angels. The most interpreted, misunderstood in the whole Bible of every version is John 3:16. He never said that for God so loved the world. See, God is Lucifer. His real name, Gadrael. But in England, in the Europe language, they pronounce that for short, Gad. We just pronounce it God. So that's who you're praying to, IJS. So when you're teaching your kids this and you say, so, oh, Lord Jesus, yeah, you're praising a homosexual. When you see this fake Messiah come back, I'm giving you heads up right now. I'm not taking no risks. I'm saying this because I can say this. And if they are to demonetize my videos or try to take them, the YouTube land will be destroyed and every other connection to it. That's a terroristic threat. If you continue to create these little street theater that you do around me further on after listening, pardon, I will tell you, you will suffer a lot of daily consequences. If I don't touch you, your bloodline is touched, and that includes your kids. My kids will come for them. Because they're my sheep. They're going to hear my voice, and they're not going to follow another voice of another man or woman whatsoever. That's why they act rebellious. They know you're not my dad. When they say that, you're not my dad, that means that spirit knows you're not of my father. You're just a sperm donor. But what's the biggest thing that they want you to be like the heathens? Going to church on Sunday. Look how so many of you even get mad at your kids for not going to church on Sunday. If you don't go, you should have got on that church van. Because that's their holy day. That's when they worship the most, on Sunday. You're not doing nothing but just supporting them. He never said pay tithes and offering like that, supporting these people channels to their cause. You're not doing nothing but just nothing. When they say nothing is free, to them nothing is free, which means that they had to have it hard. They finna get punished. So if you want something from us, you want a loan, you want a grant or whatever, what you gonna give us? You gotta work for us. We can't let you out of our sight. You might teach somebody else what you know. Matter of fact, let me lock you up. Let me give you a charge that's not even real and just see if you're going to try to dispute it. Every charge that you receive on your record is not real. It's commercial. Start doing your research. It's a lot of things that's about to start happening because I'm about to make it start happening. So like I say, when you steady try to keep me on the outside, that's the most dangerous part. By not wanting to rent me a house so that people can think, oh, why? He ain't even got nothing. You can't really do it like that. You have no control no more. That house that you're trying to hold back from renting, it can be foreclosed right now by the bank if that bank want to continue making money off of that house. Everyone that comes in contact with me that I say help, there's help coming. So when you continue to try to create things to make things seem like he can't do it, he's not who he say he is, he can't even do this, that's because you're trying to create things to stop it so they don't believe. I don't need them to believe nothing that I say. I say test it. Everything that I say, every single thing. And then you'll know. Because if you continue calling angels and you can hear me, if you continue to play this game, even in my family members, the punishment that is set aside for you, and that's why they got the animals and everything going crazy, the punishment that they have set aside for each one of you in the village, individual, would be brought up to date real early. So if your punishment is supposed to be death in your bloodline, you will receive it. If your punishment is supposed to be to where you struggle and you can't come up, you will receive it. If your punishment would be suicide, you will receive it no matter what it is. When this fake Messiah, Cesare Borgia, comes back, he is the son of God. Because he's the son of Pope Alexander VI. And every pope considers himself a god. Every one of these religions was built off of them. They just branched out like a corporation, international. So ever in faith, you will be destroyed. We are coming for you. There is no way that this judgment is not going to happen. Too many of my children are waking up day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, second by second, to where you can tell us whatever you want. We know the truth. We're already here. So you can try to get your meetings together all you want to on thinking of a plan, and that goes all the way to Trump. My father put you in office to do a job, and you're going to do it regardless. If not, you will be slayed. They call it assassination. So you can try to send whoever you want to me. I'm telling you, once I spot you, and I see you already, once I spot you, judgment has just fallen upon you. Once you try to do something to distract me, to throw me off, to get my mind off of what I'm saying, judgment has you. When you come in my presence and you try to play it off, or trying to see what's up, what I'm getting into, judgment has fell upon you. When you come in any kind of contact with me, whether it's secretly or openly, publicly, judgment has fell upon you because you're in the presence of the judge. And if you can deal with it, oh well, you rather go ahead and get it over with, I can speed that up for you, sir, ma'am. So from here on out, continue dodging me, continue playing with me, continue creating all these little stupid things trying to make it seem like somebody's crazy when no, there's no such thing as that. Continue doing the things that you're doing and looking over me. And when the day of final judgment comes in front of my Father, Yahudah, he's going to ask you, do you know my son? And if he says, I don't know who you are, you do not enter the kingdom. I don't care if you led a ministry for 85 years. You will not enter the kingdom of There is no way, I don't care what race you are, what nationality, you will not enter the kingdom of Yah. You will remain the walking dead. And that spirit that's in you is regardless, because it belongs to my bloodline. We got different bodies for it to occupy. It said, continue doing the things that you're doing. This is your final warning. This is a state of emergency, a breach, a red flag, and your judgment.